guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Lei, for those of you who are new. Today's video is going to be my favorite products for 2018. For December, I like to, instead of having a December favorite, I like to kind of bunch it all together and do my favorites for the year of 2018. These are just some of the products that I was thoroughly enjoying throughout the year. A lot of these products are going to be very familiar to you all because I use them all the time. That's what I believe a yearly favorite is, that like those ride or die products. So if you are new to my channel, please make sure to subscribe to my channel, hit the thumbs up if you enjoyed this video, and then hit the notification bell so that you can be notified every time that I do an upload. This really helps me out. I'm trying to get to 2K this year. I know that's not a huge milestone, but that would be a huge milestone for me. So to my loyal subscribers, I ask that you share my videos, and to my new subscribers, hi, welcome, hope you enjoy. So to see what my favorite products have been for the year 2018, let's get right into it. So I don't know if I'm going to go in any type of particular order, but I'm going to try. I'm going to try to go in like the order that I like do my face. I don't have any brow products that I believe are like 100%, oh my gosh, you got to have it. I just haven't had that standout product this year as far as brows. I mean, I love my Anastasia Beverly Hills. I've also been using my Maybelline Precisely My Brow. I went through 2 of those, so that might be something, but it's not, we're just not there. And to move on, I want to talk about my favorite primer. So this is the TooFace Hangover Primer. This is a oldie, it's a goodie, it's a run to, it's a hey, I need it, this is my boo. Like, this is the primer that almost never lets me down. And I say almost because, you know, sometimes you have those days. But yes, this is a primer that almost never lets me down. It's a great primer, nice and hydrating. This is perfect for summer if you are oily. I like to have something that does hydrate my face but doesn't make me feel overly greasy, and that is what this does for me. This is the perfect primer if you are starting out and you don't want something that's silicone-y or something that stays like lays on top of your skin. I highly suggest trying the TooFace Hangover Primer, and TooFace is a really good company as far as their products go. I will do a little spoiler, I do have quite a few of their products in here today. Let's move on to foundation. I have 2 foundation products that I wanted to talk about today. The first one is what I have on my face right now. This is the Marc Jacobs Shameless Foundation, Youthful Look 24-Hour Foundation. This was my jam in the summertime. It's a nice lightweight foundation. It doesn't feel like I'm wearing anything at all. And it's kind of like that medium. It's not full coverage. I would say it's a solid medium coverage foundation. So if you don't want something that is super light where it's like, what is the point? Because I don't understand the point of lightweight foundations. But you do want some sort of coverage, this was perfect in the summertime because it didn't do too much, and like it comes in this little squeezy bottle, so it's very convenient. And when you travel, this is perfect to throw in your bag. You're not gonna break it, it's durable, and it's got like this perfect shape, so it fits in your makeup bag. Just saying. And now this kind of like broke the internet when it came out. The next foundation that I was loving for 2018 is actually the TooFace Born This Way foundation. This was in collaboration with Jackie Aina. She actually helped them, like they already had their foundations. I'm sorry, my hair is like in my face. Where is it? There it is. So they already had their foundations and they were kind of lacking on the shade range. So they collaborated with Jackie Aina to curate some foundations, some deeper foundation shade, and I was able to use one of their new shades. So this is in the shade Brulee, and actually Sephora matched me with this online. You know, you take the foundation IQ, and they were able to match me with this, and this foundation has been my jam ever since. I absolutely love it 100%. I highly suggest it. As far as these, I say that the coverages are about the same, except for the TooFace it is buildable. Oh God. On top of that, I'm going to be I want to talk about the TooFace Born This Way Multi-Use Sculpting Concealer. This broke the internet when it came out, and for good reason. First off, like, look at the size of this packaging. So my battery was dying, and we're just going to skip past that. So So the product that I was talking about before my camera acted up was the TooFace Born This Way Multi-Use Sculpting Concealer. This concealer is pretty much like my go-to. It has so much product in this bottle. I believe it has 15 milliliters, and like the fact that I could even see that speaks volume. And this one is 0.22 ounces, I believe that's what it says. I can't see that. I believe it's 0.22 ounces, and this is 0.50 ounces, so you get a lot more bang for your buck with this. The applicator is huge, and it has like that little divot, so it picks up a lot of product, and you can pretty much get all of your spots and face concealed just by using this product all by itself. So clearly my next concealer is an oldie but a goodie, and this is why it's in my yearly favorites, because it is amazing. This is the Nars Radiant Creamy Concealer. I use this a lot when I want a flawless look. Like, I don't want any creases. Like, this is just one of those concealers that you can go to at any time, anywhere, and you are going to get a flawless application. You're going to get a flawless look. This has got to be one of the best concealers I've ever used, so I would definitely highly suggest having this in your collection. If I ever get through this, it'll be a miracle. Like, I swear to God, swear to God. The Nars Radiant Creamy Concealer, you're going to see that my entire mood is like just shot. Like, if you follow me on Twitter, you know why. You understand my struggle right now. The Nars Radiant Creamy Concealer is one of my top favorite concealers. I highly suggest it to anyone who is looking for a concealer and you don't mind spending a little extra money. This is going to be your baby. Now the next item is a concealer, but I don't use it for concealing. I mean, sometimes I use it to highlight, but I've been using it to cut my crease. This is the Makeup Forever Ultra HD Invisible Cover Concealer. This was really popular like 2 or 3 years ago, and I'm not really sure what happened, but for some reason it just kind of fell off, and that was just it. Not a lot of people were talking about it anymore. Like, it was one of those items that was like really hyped, and between this and the other, this is another one of those situations where one shade would work for me but the next shade wouldn't, and that's kind of what I got with this. So I could only use this as a highlight. That's it. Anything other than a highlight, it's not going to work for me. But this cuts my crease like, girl, we just cut a bitch. You know what I mean? Like, this is really, and because it's like, it dries nicely, so it's really easy to add eyeshadow to it, and then it's liquidy, so it's really easy to get that cool, crisp line. You know what I'm saying? Like, who doesn't like that? So I highly suggest this concealer, not just for brightening under the eyes, but also if you like a nice cut crease. Like, yeah. Now I'm going to talk about setting powder. I mentioned this a little bit, like briefly, in my last video. This is the Huda Beauty Easy Bake Powder. There was a lot of controversy surrounding this powder just because it was said to have been a stolen idea from a smaller brand. So they're by a smaller company called The Beauty Bakery, and they pretty much surround their entire theme of that makeup line is like baking. So all of their makeup products and their lines are all catered to baking. So when Huda came out with the Easy Bake Powder, a lot of people said that she was like stole that from that company and didn't really give that other company much acknowledgement, which is fine, you know. Conspiracy theory or no? Am I reaching? I might be, but I definitely think because I don't have as much pull, it's a lot easier for people to take from smaller influencers or smaller YouTubers and, you know, place their name on it. But you know, sipping my tea, it's none of my business. But yeah, so this is actually like, even if you take aside that, the powder is highly fragrant. It has a very strong smell. It smells like I don't know what it smells like, but it's very fragrant. Like, if you don't like fragrance, you're not gonna like this. But let me tell you about this powder. This powder will have your skin looking, it's like an eraser. Like, any pores or jagged skin, like when I use this under my eyes, I don't have to worry about creasing, like not at all, not even a little bit. This powder just looks so great and it works so well on the skin. It was my favorite for 2018 for that reason, just because it just gave that flawless look that we are all looking for. And despite the controversy, you want your makeup product to work, and that's what it does, and that's why I love that. That's why I love that product so much. So moving on, another setting powder is a setting powder I used today. This is the Makeup Forever Pro Finish powder. This is in the shade 173. This is my winter shade. In the summer I can wear 174. This is a matte foundation powder, but I use this to set my foundation, and the reason being is because like I like my foundation to look a certain type of way, and I like with the foundation that I have on today, because it is a medium coverage, if I want a little extra coverage, this definitely helps me get that. For foundations that are a little more tacky, it helps to use a setting powder on your face just so that it doesn't transfer and that it's not like too sticky, and it also helps like blend your other powders into it. So that's why I like to use a foundation powder as my setting powder for my face. I use a big fluffy brush like this Mikasa brush. So I use a big fluffy brush, I dip it in there, and I just, you know, get a nice little dust depending on the coverage of my foundation. And sometimes it also helps if my foundation is a little light to use a powder that's a little darker, and it really helps even out, you know, the color. Sometimes, you know, you got to make it work. You got to do what you got to do. So the next thing I'm going to be talking about is the, like next to that is my MAC Mineralized Skin Finish. This is in the old packaging, and the reason being is because I'm not done. You can see I've hit pan, but I have all this product, and I am one who is going to use every last drop of product. So yeah, like I said, I have like all this extra product, so I do plan on using this. This actually gives your skin a flawless look regardless. If I'm not wearing foundation, I can use that powder with my concealer. Like I would use the Born This Way concealer and this, and I could pretty much get away with leaving the house with just brows and that stuff on, and I look flawless. People will ask me like, you know, what's your skincare regimen? And I'm like, it ain't my skin, boo, trust me. It's whatever I got on my face. It's my foundation, it's the powder, it's the things that I am using to cover up what is wrong with my skin. So the next thing I'm going to talk about is bronzer. I only have one bronzer that I like. I don't usually love bronzers. Like there's never been a bronzer that I'm like, oh my god, I'm obsessed with this. I love this so much, until I got the Morphe Brontour. It's bronzer and contour, I'm assuming, and this is in the shade Fantabulous. Oh my god, like I love how it has these both. One is like a more shimmery bronzer and the other one is definitely 100% matte. This is just, it's the perfect bronzer. I feel like it speaks for itself. I don't really need to say anything else about it. This has been like my favorite bronzer of the entire year of 2018 once I got it. I want to say I got it in like the summer, but this bronzer has been like my jam. I could use it every day. I try not to on my channel, but this is definitely a bronzer that I go to if I have a look where I don't have as much eyeshadow on. I feel like this pairs really well with my skin. Like it makes my skin look like it has a nice warm flush contour, so it, you know, gets those divots in, but it also makes it look nice and warm and flushed. It's very nice. And if I don't use blush, I can get away with just using that bronzer. Now that's the only bronzer I had. For blush, it's not the blush per se. It's more so the line of product. These are the Milani, I hate saying this. This is the Milani powder blush, and these are just two that I have on hand right now. I have another one in the drawer. So these are the ones that kind of have like that rose imprint. I like these blushes because they're not too pigmented and they're not too not pigmented. They have just enough pigmentation where you get a nice flush of color. I do like blush, as you can see. I do think that it brings the entire look together, and on days that I don't really have a lot of makeup on, I do tend to do like my brows, mascara, and blush. Like I'll take concealer to spot conceal in the areas that need it, and I will do blush and lip gloss, and I feel like that gives me a pretty good look. I think the flushes of color just really help bring an entire look together, and sometimes I feel like right now with my face look, I just feel like it's clean looking. It just brings everything together. That's just my personal opinion. You don't really hear a lot of people talking about blush, but I love blush a lot. Now for highlighter, I have a loose highlighter and a pressed highlighter. in the summer. I believe it was the summer, or it might have been like September. So I don't know why this is a yearly favorite, but it's probably because I couldn't put it down once I got it. And this is the Dose of Colors Desi X Katy collection. This is in the shade Chasing the Sun. It's the darker one that they came out with. I don't think this is permanent. It should be, because this is a really nice highlighter. This is the first highlighter that I've used that doesn't accentuate any texture. Like if I have texture that day, it doesn't accentuate it. It doesn't make it like I actually have moles right here. And sometimes if I put highlighters right on the moles, it'll look like texture, but it's not texture, it's a mole. Like, I mean, I can't help it. It's on my face. But this highlighter actually blends into it so nicely that it doesn't look like texture. Like it just gives you that nice natural glow. And it really, like when I say Chasing the Sun in the summer, I put this on your décolleté. Yes, girl, yes. Trust me, in the summer, I have some plans. You guys know. Y'all know. Then the next one is the Artist Couture. This is in the shade Lickable. This is like a rose gold color. Oh my god, this year has been like my favorite, and like I've used it so much, especially in the summertime, and I'm surprised it doesn't even look like it's been touched. It's one of those sifter type things, so you see, like I use it a lot in the summer because it does have that pinky golden like rose gold thing, and I'm a huge rose gold fan. So this has been my jam for 2018, and it's definitely going to follow me into 2019 because I just love it. Like wait till summer, you're gonna see me like bust that baby open. Girl, this video has been like, let me tell you. So I'm gonna go ahead and move on to eyes. I want to talk about two eyeshadow palettes. They are coincidentally from the exact same brand, and this has just been because this brand has completely knocked it out of the park for me this year. Well, last year. So this is the Dose of Colors. The first one I want to talk about is the Dose of Colors and their collaboration with I Love Sarai. I love this eyeshadow palette so much just because of the simplicity of it. You can see mine has been through hell and back. In the summertime, this was like the perfect eyeshadow palette. I love the pop of color in the middle. It is so pretty. And then this shade over in the corner, this like reddish brown, was one of the most unique shades that they had. This peachy shade down here, I loved placing that all over the lid for a nice warm flush of color if I just wanted to do mascara or anything like that. I like to tell you all about the simple looks that I do because some people don't want to do extravagant looks such as this. And it really helps to have an idea of what to do. So that's why I let you know like the shades that I like to use, like this peachy shade all over the lid, some mascara, nude eyeliner, do your brows, lip gloss, and a little bit of blush. Girl, you are good to go. You can be out in the sun all day and not have to worry. That is definitely something that I would wear to like the beach or the pool if I wanted to be cute. Usually I don't wear anything, but if I was to, that would be what I would do. And then the other one, the second palette that I even now I still, this is like my go-to. It pretty much never goes to my eyeshadow drawer, which I think I might have a you know, collection video, because I've seen even smaller YouTubers who don't have like a whole room of makeup. Like if you all saw my collection, you'd be like, why don't you have a room? So this is the Desi X Katy collection, and this one has, you know, a couple of more shades that are a little more user friendly. Like I've said in other videos, this shade, this shade, this shade, and this shade are like my absolute jam, and I love how they have these pops of colors. I still haven't used this one, or even this one. I think the only one I did was I did a video with this shade. But these three were like really popular all over the internet, and I might even, you know, I might still go in and do a video using them just because this has been one of those eyeshadow palettes that I go to time and time again, and I can see myself reaching for it a lot in 2018 as well. No matter how many new eyeshadow palettes I get, I still reach for that. So let's talk about mascara. I don't really use a lot of high-end mascaras. I use a lot of drugstore mascaras just because mascaras are one of those things I don't feel the need to spend $25 on one when I can spend $10 and get, you know, similar results. Plus, I wear lashes, so there you go. So this is the L'Oreal Voluminous Lash Paridise, and of course this is in Black is Black. I like my mascara to be black. That's a really good mascara if I don't want to wear lashes, and when I do wear lashes, like I have it on today. It does a good job of coating my eyelashes, and it's easier to get off. I haven't done a cry test, like I haven't had the need to cry in it. I don't think that one's waterproof, but it is a mascara. Now for eyeliner, I know I'm probably moving like really fast now. So for eyeliner, you all probably guessed it. It's the Marc Jacob Highglide eyeliners. This is in the shade Blaquer. And this has been my jam since I've gotten it. I love this eyeliner so much. I think I've had it for like 2 years now. And I'm surprised. Like the only thing about this that I don't like is I can't see when I'm running out of it. So I know like when I finally do run out of it, I'm going to have to like go and buy a whole new one. And it's like $25. This is an expensive eyeliner, but this eyeliner is so nice. I love the way it looks on my waterline, and a lot of the times if you do cry or if you do have like I have watery eyes, it will not budge. It will stay on until you are ready to take it off. This has been my favorite eyeliner of all time. They have other colors, and I have like a blue, purple, and like a teal green, which are all so pretty. 2 are shimmer and 2 are matte. This is actually one of the ones that isn't like a matte one, but like it's not glossy under my eyes. I absolutely love it. This is probably my favorite eyeliner of all time. Like that's a bold statement, but it's so true. So now, oh actually, since we're on eyes, I want to talk about my favorite lashes of 2018. I mentioned these a lot on my channel. These are the Koko Lashes. You can get this on LEIYDBEAUTY.com. These are in the style Soho and 102. These are probably the most inexpensive eyelashes that you will ever buy, and they're so beautiful. Like these give me like I like my lashes to be spaced out, kind of like what I have on today. I like them to be spaced out because if I spent a lot of time and work and effort into my eyeshadow, I want you to see. So I need lashes that are spacey, and I like lashes like this, like especially these are in the style Soho, which are voluminous enough to give me that lash effect, but it's also spaced out enough where you can see the product underneath. You can see what I've done, you know, my hard work. Trying out Koko Lashes, check them out. They're on LEIYDBEAUTY.com. Not sponsored, just saying I have a deal, so I'm giving it to you. Now, the last thing I want to talk about are lip products. I have 2 glosses and a liquid lipstick. These have been my favorite of the year. This is in the shade Lady Be Good. This is by MAC. This is their Retro Matte liquid lipstick. Once I found out that MAC had liquid lipsticks, I was completely sold because I love liquid lipsticks that much. I just think that they're a little more practical and they don't dry out. Like if you have a lipstick for a long time, like a creamy lipstick, it can dry out and then it's no good and you just have it. So I really like the fact that they came out with these and how it kind of looks like their lipsticks, but you know, liquid, and you can see the color. So that has been my favorite. Like if I can't think of a nude to wear, that is the nude that I will go for, hands down. As far as, actually there's another liquid lipstick. So the next liquid lipstick is by Dose of Colors. This was the Desi x Katy collection, and this is in the shade My Main. This was a nice nude lip. This has a nice peachy undertone. It's really pretty and it works really well if you just want to wear like a nude lip, throw on some lashes, mascara, and you want to be out the door. Sometimes when people do things like that, they want to wear like a more bold look, but sometimes, you know, you just want to be nude. And right next to it, I went ahead and I swatched Lady Be Good, which is a little lighter. So Callie's here. You gonna stop crying? Say hi. Callie's in a mood, so we're gonna wrap this up. So I want to talk about 2 glosses. This is the Neat Freak by ColourPop. This was in collaboration with Makeup by Shayla. This gives you that really pouty, beautiful, pucker up, nice and full lip. Glosses are coming back, and I just love the way glosses make you look, so I highly suggest checking out these glosses. Look at this liquid lipstick is dry already. This is the Retro Matte. So I highly suggest checking this lip gloss out. And I'm sorry about the noise in the background. They don't respect me. The last lip gloss is by Dose of Colors. This is in the shade The Most, and this actually was one of the shades that I was going to pass on, and then when I saw it, the iridescence is actually like a pink shift. So you see how it's clear, but it has like a pink shift. I thought that this was absolutely perfect just to throw on. Like even when I don't have any makeup on, like at all, I will throw that lip gloss on because it just makes your lips look that juicy and voluptuous. And that's all a girl really needs and asks for when it comes to her lip glosses. Come on, Callie. So that completes my 2018 favorites, but I did want to have a couple of honorable mentions. I did want to mention my Inglot Gel number 77. This is the eyeliner I use in all of my videos. It's my absolute favorite, and I highly suggest it. If you are looking for a black eyeliner, it stays put. Like, I could wear this in the pool and it's not going anywhere. And then my favorite of all time, this is my favorite eye base. This is the MAC Prep and Prime 24-hour extended eye base. In most of my videos, I do have this if I'm not using my MAC Painterly or Soft Ochre paint pot. I highly suggest this if you don't want to have something like cover your lid. These two will be your jam. And I got a lot going on in my house, so I apologize if you guys can hear stuff now. So that completes my 2018 favorites. I hope you all enjoyed this video despite all of my I hope you all enjoyed your 2018. Mine was okay. Let's make 2019 our, and yeah. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you all have a wonderful day, night, evening, whenever you're watching this. And until next time, beauties, stay blessed.